Oh, good morning, people. Good morning. Good morning, starlight, sunshine, gray skies, boogie, whatever. Happy Independence Day here in the United States for those who observe, and happy just 4th of July in general because it is the beginning of a new month. Good morning, good morning. I wasn't sure how many people were going to be on in the morning today because at least it's a holiday where I am. And boy, have we been have we been holidaying on the weekend ourselves. So I was glad to have the I was glad for, what, I want to thank you all who are tuning in now, for giving me the external, what is it, accountability to do the thing I said I was going to do. In my coaching, when I do that, I am kind of like the external accountability. Good morning. Say Jeannie for Jean and Judy B. All right. Hey, there you go, Melissa. Nice to see you, Irish Pink. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm a human just like you guys, and so I have found one of the tools in the toolkit, as I like to say it when I'm coaching, that gets me to do the things I know I want to do. Well, I know I want to do, but there's a part of me that's like whatever. Is external accountability. So thank you very much for helping me do that by publicly declaring. This is the first step in I'm hitting the ground running. And even before I do that, good morning, everybody. My name is Beth, Destination Decluttered. But it was just occurring to me how publicly declaring to somebody that you're going to do something increases the likelihood of you doing it by like 14.2K%. I'm making that stuff up. I am. But good morning, Daily Bird. Good morning, Lynn, everybody. Donna, nice to see everybody. But that really helps. Is I said to myself and the people on the Destination Decluttered email list, and I published it here on TikTok, that I would be doing a TikTok live today, 4th of July morning, from 9 a.m. Eastern to 10 a.m. Can you imagine 10 p.m.? God, no. But notice how, use what helped me to help you. That's what I'm here for. Okay, good morning, Celia. People, happy 4th to you. But use the tools that have helped me to help yourself. That's why I'm here for the next hour or so. I am here to help you with what you're struggling with, kind of clutter-wise and otherwise. And if you have something you want to do that it's kind of like you've got this little like whatever, but it's going to be so much better if you just do the thing. Publicly declare it to somebody. I don't know. How about this? I don't know. Why don't you, if you have something you want to do and you just need a little push, you need a little shove, you need a little just, what was it? A loving shove, I heard a coach call it once. Maybe publish it, post it in the comments right here. What's something that you would like to do that you just need a little oomph, and post it in the comments and give it a little oomph. And we will give you a community of accountability and the good stuff. Like here's one. I will put this one on here, okay? So this is something I've been meaning to do for a while, but it is, there you go, Veggie Babe, starting a home bakery. Bake something today, huh? What I would say is, like, I have a thing where I want to make sure that everybody who signs up for the Destination Decluttered email list at destinationdecluttered.com/join, that when you sign up as a new member, not only do you get the new the welcome email with the habit tracker attached, but I also want to make sure you don't miss out on anything. So, like, for example, I just sent out a really juicy, chock full of nuts email to the email mailing list Saturday on the 1st of the month. And that had a lot of really good information, some things about like the Zoom Live and when I'm going to be around and when I'm not. And they got first dibs on coaching consultations. But I want to make sure that if, like, for example, if you sign up today, and trust me, I know this sounds like an intro to an infomercial. It is not. But seriously, I need to go into the back end of my email setup and see how I can automatically get it so when you sign up for the mailing list, you get the most recent what do you call it, monthly email. So like that's something that I am saying to you that I'm going to do because I know that public accountability is going to help me do that. Some external accountability. If I never told you that, you wouldn't be missing it. But if you sign up for the mailing list and then you don't get it, I will know that. So I'm going to work on that this week. I will also be able to do it manually, so don't worry. If you do sign up for the mailing list, you'll get it. But that's one of those kind of working on my business versus in it that's going to help me. There we go. It took me all day, but it's been building for years and years. I feel so good about it. Thank you. You're welcome, Knickknack82. I love knickknacks. Maybe you do too. Well, oh, good. Okay, so Irish Pink, you got the email. That's awesome. I am glad. I know it's kind of wonky to send things out during a holiday weekend, but I just felt it was really important to do that. So, hey, yes, a few more people here. Reintroduce myself. And now that I've had a sip of tea after multiple days of having too much fun on the holidays, I hope you're having fun. And if you're not, make some, okay? I am Beth. I am a decluttering life coach and Destination Decluttered. Man, that's what I'm all about. What is your destination? Veggie Babe is saying she wants to start a home bakery. I want to help as many people as possible with clutter and stuff. So I show up and do these TikTok lives. I also do them on Facebook, Instagram, whatever the other two are. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, that type of thing. So I'm here to answer your questions, like the one from Britt T, for example. Oh, Britt, this is such a good one and it's so common. They are asking, how do you get the whole family involved? I feel like I'm the only one finding and tidying up. Okay, so here are a couple of thoughts around that from my coaching. This is how I coach. My premise is, regardless of what happened in the past, of you being one person that was doing the majority of the things, one of my basic things is everybody who lives in a communal shared living space, no matter what their age, should be participating in the decluttering and the maintenance of the home to the extent that they are able. And I say that mainly for like wicked little kids and wicked old people, and maybe if you've got some physical issues. But what I want to offer is, notice that you simply have a system set up. This is what I did with a client earlier this week. Well, not earlier this week, but think of your home like a business. Take the drama out of it and just look at it as a place where everybody goes and there are assigned tasks to ensure that the business, that the factory, the whatever runs well. And get curious about, even start to document all these tasks and who is assigned to those tasks. Because the interesting thing is that you may have organically created a system without much thought that it's like, oh, no big deal, I'll do this, and I'll do this. And it works until it doesn't. Until the person doing it is like, wait, I am resentful. I am doing all these things and everybody else isn't participating. So I would say look at it very just with curiosity versus judgment and see who's doing what, write it down, and then have a meeting with the family. Have a meeting with your coworkers and say, hey, you know what I realized is that there are a lot of tasks here that allow everybody to live in a home that functions well. I am doing 87% of these, and you all are not. Now, I'm not blaming, because this is something that just kind of organically came up. But now what I want to do is we are going to reassign some of these things so it is a more equal distribution, and it will reduce the amount of resentment in me. But also, this is really important, is it increases the independence and being a good humanness of the other people. Think about it with your kids. If they know that it's expected of them to clear up their dishes and put them in the sink and put their laundry in a hamper and do their own laundry, whatever these things are, you are training them to be good adults when they leave the home. They're going to be good. They're going to be independent on their own because they know how to keep a tidy home for themselves. They're going to be good roommates. They're going to be good partners with people. They're going to be good employees because they do what is expected of them. Same thing if you have a partner who has been relying on you to do most of the things, is if you were out of the picture, they would be able to do things. And I'm saying out of the picture, like you're gone for like a month on a vacation, that they would be able to maintain the home themselves because they know what's expected of them. So take the drama out of it. I am all about just desaturating the drama and just getting curious about what is causing the clutter and what can solve it. Processes, methods, systems, priorities, all those strategies, I have those like nobody's business, while we also get into the life coaching part of it. But just think about who's doing what and redistribute the tasks. Okay, hope that helped. And thank you ever so many people who are liking my TikTok page here. Thank you very much for doing that. If you also are interested, I have an email. Okay, Irish Pink, I did yep. I love your video of living. How do you want your weekend to sound? Because my weekend sounded quiet. Even now, actually, it's extra quiet because it got very hot. So we had to shut the windows and put on the AC. But if I go outside, I didn't realize how busy of a street I live near until it got quiet. And I'm like, oh, the quiet. Everybody take a deep breath. Feels so good. Nice and quiet. Love it. Never underestimate the power of a few deep breaths. It changes your world. Hey, now my husband asked me, where do I put the ant poison yesterday? Big win. You know what the great thing is about that? Is now he should know where it is because he put it there. Notice how when people participate in things, they're a lot more engaged. They know where things are. I mean, not to say that my husband just yesterday didn't say, where are the serving spoons for the whatever? It's like, dude, we've lived here for 17, 18 years. Do you not live in the same home that I am? It is a process, but it is a process worth observing and changing. Where do you put surface clutter if you don't have anywhere to put it anyway? Stored clutter first. User 85137100635 blah blah bloop. I love this question because you've hit a really important point. Is oftentimes you have surface clutter. You have a surface clutter problem because really you have a stored clutter problem, right? So get interested about that. And what I will say, user 85, is yes, not necessarily stored clutter first, because what you do need prior to doing stored clutter. So those of you who don't know me, again, I'm going to quickly, Beth, Destination Decluttered, Decluttering Life Coach. And one of the things that I teach the people that I do my one-on-one coaching with and people who show up for my TikTok lives, you all folks, hello folks, is the 3 layers of clutter. So you've got surface, you've got stored, and you've got sentimental, okay? And what I want to remind you is that one of the things you're going to need to do when you're working on your stored clutter is you've got to sort it before you store it, right? So sorting it means getting a space where you can kind of dump the stuff out so you can see what you're looking at. It's really hard to sort things when they're in a tiny space, so oftentimes you need space to spread things out temporarily to sort them. In order to do that, you need some clean surfaces, right? And I bet you have some stuff on your surfaces that do need to be put away. So everybody, surface clutter, what you do is, that's all the horizontal surfaces, right? That's all the horizontal surfaces that have things on them that do not belong there. What you do is you start with that. It's the easiest thing. It has the least emotional weight, and it's just stuff that is where it's not supposed to be. So you put the stuff that has a home in its home. That means trash goes in the trash, recycles go in the recycle bin. Things that belong in that room and are just not put away there, you put those away. Things that belong in other rooms, you put those away in the other rooms, and then maybe you're left with stuff that I don't have a home for this. And then here is a really important tip. And again, this is how I coach. And I do this mainly for the clients that I have that struggle with ADHD, and I do have some of them, and that's cool because I have that in my family, so I know how to work with that, is make a home for your things that makes sense to you, okay? Make a home. The AC just kicked on. I want to cool off my bod. Make a home for your things that make sense to you. So if you said, where would I look for the ant poison? Like somebody just said, I know it's going to be in this cabinet up here, so that it just makes sense to you. It doesn't need to make sense to me because I don't live in your home. It doesn't need to make sense to anybody else. This is the kind of tenet of what do you want your home to look like? What do you want to feel like in your home? And how do you want your home to function? So you want it to function easily and simply by being able to quickly grab the things you need and then use them and then easily put them away. Okay? So I say this because oftentimes you need to create some surfaces to then work on your stored clutter. And then your stored clutter, you dump out a certain category. Don't do all of it at the same time. Chunk down the overwhelm, okay? So if it's your entire kitchen, start with one cabinet and start with one shelf. If it's your closet, set a timer for 20 minutes and see what you can get through. Chunk it down so you don't create too much of a mess, because you'll often say to yourself, oh my gosh, it looks worse than I started. And yes, it does, because here's another tenet of how I coach is it will look temporarily worse before it looks permanently better. It's just part of the process. Notice when you're baking cookies, the kitchen looks worse before the cookies are made and you clean up. right? So surface, stored, sentimental, they are all intertwined, and there's a certain order I teach about that. It's a strategy. It's strategic when I tell you how to do things in a certain order, because you want the most bang for your buck. You want the surfaces to work on. You also want that feeling or that look of, check it out, look what I did. It looks better. We're going for better, people, okay? Okay, conundrum. Items to get rid of, but wrestle with sell versus donate versus finding a home. Okay, I ask you, say, Jeannie, couple things. If you think you want to sell it today, do a quick Google search on eBay on all the things everybody, do you have things that it might be worth something someday? How about today be the day? Look on eBay and see what people have paid for that thing recently. Because stuff that used to be worth something back in the day could even be last year, may not be worth it. Markets change, tastes change, people die, all sorts of things happen. So if you think you want to sell it, see how much money you could get for it. But also don't forget to factor in all the little steps that you need to do in order to sell it. Again, you need to make a decision that feels right to you, but this will at least inform you of how much money you will ultimately get if you go through that process. The other thing too is donate versus finding it a home. Notice that donating it is finding a home. You just don't know what home it's going to be. So when I say that, if I have something that somebody has specifically said to me, this item in your home is so cool, I love it. If I was thinking of removing it from my home, I would offer it to them first. But I have a bunch of vintage stuff that I've offered to my sister first because she likes that stuff and I'm cool with giving it to her. But if I have stuff that, I know one of the quickest ways for me to get to the home I want, because I'm always thinking about the best way to get to where I want, is to donate it. Because if I don't know somebody who likes this stuff, that's okay, because maybe somebody I know doesn't like it, but somebody out there who's shopping at a thrift store might. Okay? So remind yourself of what is the easiest way to get your home looking and feeling the way it does. Okay? And don't allow yourself to be paralyzed. Make a decision that aligns with who you want to be, what you want your home to look like, and unparalyze yourself. Do an action, the opposite. I do a lot of this in my coaching. Opposite of paralyzed is moving. So move, do an action, take an action. Go on to, and have fun. Go on to eBay and say, ooh, maybe I'm going to make a couple of $100,000, or, oh, wow, this stuff is only worth pennies. It makes your decision easier, okay? Yay, Maddie is saying happy 4th. I got my closet clean. That is awesome. What else do we get there? Oh, I love it. Thank you so much, everybody. I just want to offer. So when I am busy answering somebody's question, and especially here on TikTok, the questions and the comments kind of fly by me, and I desperately try to keep up, but it's a lot of people. We have almost 200 people signed in right now. And I want to give value to everybody. And the neat thing is I know when I'm talking to one person, I'm also probably helping a wicked lot of you, as I would say when I lived in Massachusetts. But sometimes I'm missing questions. And the really cool thing about this kind of organic community that is kind of developed through Destination Decluttered is that while I am answering another question, somebody else in the comments sees a question that I'm answering, and they're helping out with what they know. All right? So just realize, if you struggle with clutter, that's okay. You're not alone. And you may struggle with clutter, but you may have experience that can help somebody else. Okay? So there we go with that. What else do we have here? Yay. Let me do this. A quick sip. Tanya says, I decluttered my bedroom and my kitchen, living room and bathroom next. Rock on. You know what you did, Tanya, and I want to help you with everybody else. First of all, yes, do this. Oop, just saw somebody signed up for a consultation. Thank you. I'll get to you after this call. If you're interested in the Destination Decluttered email mailing list too, that's actually the first. I will always give all the good stuff to the people on that list first. So destinationdecluttered.com/join. You'll get a habit tracker, and later today you'll get the July email that I sent out to everybody already on the list. But what I want to just highlight and show you, Tanya, what you did well and to rock on, because other people can learn from this, is you overcame the overwhelm. The overwhelm of it's too big, I can't deal with it. So what you did was you chunked it down. You chunked your home down into the chunks it organically goes into, which is rooms. So notice you may have said, oh, my whole house is cluttered. I don't know where to start. You said, I'm going to start in my bedroom. Boom, I did that chunk. Then I went to my kitchen. Boom, did that chunk. Then boom, went to my living room. Did that. I'm going to do that one. Anytime you're overwhelmed, just think of, instead of over, think of down. Think of Putting it down, writing it down, chunking it down, all the downs. And writing it down, people, the more I coach, the more I realize the freaking power of a cheapo notebook here, you know, that you can just brain dump all sorts of things in. It's a game changer. It is a complete game changer to get your thoughts out of your head and put them on paper where somebody can look for them. And I just saw some people sign up for the Destination Decluttered email list. Thank you very much for doing that. I thank you, but trust me, you're going to get some cool stuff when you're on that, because that's where I'm always going to be like, hey, we get a free Zoom. Here's the day. Here's a few options that I have for consultations. Here's a free workshop I'm doing. I'm thinking of doing a free workshop maybe later in this month or in August, so you'll want to tune in for that. There we go. And see, Irish Pink, everybody's high-fiving. I do that Liz Lemon, that Tina Fey high five. I got to share that sometime. I have like the gift saved on my Trello page. It's so true. And see, notice everybody else. We're cheering each other on, because notice how when you feel better, you do better. Like when somebody's saying, rock on, oh my God, you're doing so well. Don't you want to do more? Versus, oh, that's not enough. Why didn't you do the whole thing? That makes you feel like ass. And you don't want to do it. You say, screw you, I'm not doing do it all, right? There we go. The Rokas decluttered half your closet yesterday. I love it. Yay. Okay, I struggled mostly with putting laundry away, says Talisa. So here's an interesting thing. This kind of harkens back to that notion of stored clutter. And I love this because the more I coach, the better I get at it. And what I'm really realizing, and I want to share this with you too, I am here to help you with the things that I'm learning so you get the best of the best. Every time I coach, I get better. And here's the thing to get curious about, everybody. Notice the things that you have in your home that are what I call in circulation, kind of like a book at the library. This is your laundry. This is your dishes. This is the food you eat. These are the different things that are in motion. So, for example, Talisa's talking about clothing, laundry. The laundry you are putting away is the stuff that you have in circulation. And you know that because it went from where it was to on your body, from on your body into the hamper, from the hamper to the washer, to the dryer, to folded, to now put away again. Notice there is a circulation. There's a circle that it goes in, right? Notice the things that are not in circulation. Notice the things that just kind of hang out on the periphery of your cabinets. The things that hang out in the periphery against the shelves and the drawers behind their door. I always say about, about stored clutter, it's behind a door or in a drawer, because hopefully that will help you remember what it is, and it's stored, door, drawer, all that. Is look at the things, look at the glasses you never, the coffee cups that you never grab for, the glasses you never grab for, the dishes you tend to use all over again, but then the ones that never get used, maybe like the formal dishes. Notice the stuff in your home that is not in circulation. And that is actually the stuff that a couple of really cool things have happened with that stuff. Notice that you have already made a decision on a very low level about that stuff. You have made a decision that you're not using that stuff, and get curious why, but also just notice it. Why aren't you wearing all those clothes that you have? Why do you have not enough room for your laundry? Maybe because your drawers are filled with laundry or clothes that you're not even wearing. So there's no room for the clothes you do wear. Right? So notice that you've already made a low-level decision that you're always grabbing. We do this as humans. We use 20% of our stuff 80% of the time. The other 80% that you're not using, just get curious about it. Why am I not using it? A couple things will happen. You'll say, it doesn't fit. I don't know. I'm going to put it into circulation. It's the wrong season. I used to like it, but I don't. My life has changed. My body has changed. Just look at all those reasons why you're not using it, and either get it into circulation or get it out of your home, because then you will have easy room for the stuff that you do have. Okay, so notice there's a few layers here, but ultimately what it boils down to is clutter is not the stuff you use. Clutter is the stuff that gets in the way of you using the stuff you use. It's the stuff that makes it more difficult to easily function in your home. It's hard to put away the dishes. It's hard to put away the laundry. It's hard to do the laundry. It's hard to do a lot of stuff. Let's make it easy. The opposite of hard is easy, right? Let's make it easy. I'm all about that, okay? So just notice that, everybody. And notice too that Talisa asked a question. They were brave enough to ask a question or mention something they're struggling with. Not only did they get help, but they actually helped many other people too. So do not be afraid to get the help you need. Okay? There we go. There we go. Everybody's got their own way. I have a hard time throwing away. Notice this, people. If you have a hard time throwing away stuff, here is another gem, and this is from the life coaching portion of my life, is you have a thought in your head that makes you feel a different way in your heart. And when you feel a different way in your heart, you do a different thing with your hand. I call this head, heart, hand. Just because I like to make things so easy to remember, because I don't remember beliefs and circumstances and, oh, those words. They just make me want to like roll my eyes back. But what I say is you've got a thought about something that's making you feel a way that it is not allowing you to throw something away. Everybody. This is the key. I'm handing you for free here at 9:25 on the Independence Day morning is here's where it's at. Your thoughts make you feel a certain way, and you feel a certain way, you do a certain thing. If you have a crappy thought, it's going to make you feel crappy in your heart, and you're going to want to do something crappy, either hang on to stuff or not do a thing. But if you consciously create a better thought, the opposite of that unhelpful thought, you create a new one, you listen to it, you believe it, you make it a good thought, so you do get a stirring in your heart of how good it feels, you are more likely than not to do something, and not just do something, but do something that aligns with where you want to be. It's as simple as that, okay? Diane Sondheimer is asking, what about organizing important papers? Any ideas? Yes. I'm going to be kind of silly about this, but see, below me right here, I don't know if you can see, over here I've got some like little boxes. Get a box, label it important papers, put your important papers in it. I say that in seriousness though, because you know what? Look through your papers and decide what is really important. What is really important? Notice now, just also kind of pull out to the way we live now in the US and maybe other places. Pretty much every single piece of paper that comes into your home now is a paper version of an electronic document that's elsewhere. Now, I'm not suggesting, throw away all your paperwork and whatever, but I'm saying there are very few things that are truly, truly, truly important now. I'm thinking like I have just an envelope of a few important papers. It's our marriage license. It's our car thing, the titles to our cars because we finally freaking paid them off. Rock on, high five to us. It's our mortgagey stuff. I don't know, but it's very few things. Notice how if you have a lot of stuff, you need to sort it before you store it. Okay? So organizing it, and then just don't make it too fussy. This is another way I coach. Maybe because I'm lazy, but I like to call it efficient. Because I want to make things as simple as possible. Because I find when I make things too difficult, I don't show up to do it at all. If I have to go and open the thing and then file the thing and then make it alphabetical and make sure they're all turned the right way. I used to work in an office. I mean, granted, it was the office of a record label or a record store. So it was whatever. But like all those little minute things you need to do pre-technology, I make things simple. So literally that's why I say, and I'm not kidding, find a box, label it important papers, put it somewhere safe. Your paperwork for this year that you're saving only for your taxes or whatever, put it in a thing and say taxes 2023. Do that. You're gonna thank yourself, in January when it's easier to get to. Okay. Oh boy, we have 99 new messages here, and I've got about 32 minutes here because I know it's a holiday weekend, and I want to make the most of your time. So here's what I want to offer to you is a couple things. One is I will endeavor to answer as many questions as I can with. I will try to be brief, but I will try to be impactful. And I can be really good at that because I am from New England and I can get to the point like nobody's business. But what I also want to suggest too is if you have a question that I did not answer, I'm looking at my calendar for today and tomorrow. So I'm going to be doing another TikTok live tomorrow morning in Eastern time. Actually, it's not even morning. I decided to start it at noontime. And that's for TikTok for a half an hour. Then I go to the Destination Decluttered Facebook page at 12:30. Then at the Destination Decluttered Instagram at 1, and then YouTube at 1:30. So it's 2 hours I am going to be on social media tomorrow. Now, the reason I'm telling you this now is because when I'm here on TikTok, this is amazing. Oh my gosh, over 300 people. Hey everybody, my name is Beth. I am a decluttering life coach, and I am here with Destination Decluttered. This is my coaching process and system that I invented that takes the fun of a road trip and it helps you get anywhere you want in your life. I love helping people with their clutter, so that's what I use it for. But when I teach it teach you it for your clutter, you can copy and paste it into any other area of your life and use it there, okay? Sign up for my mailing list, all that yada yada. But I'm saying this to you now, all 300 of you, is if I don't get to your question, please know that it isn't personal unless you're being a jerk and you're being a troll, and then I just ignore you with delight in my heart. But tomorrow when I'm on the YouTube Destination Decluttered, the Facebook Destination Decluttered, and the Instagram Destination Decluttered, that's an hour and a half that I'm on, and I'm telling you, the family didn't know they were dealing with a staunch character. Am I right? Oh my gosh, that's right. It's a Little Edie Day. I'm going to have to do my dance. Very few people show up on the Destination Decluttered Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube lives. Now, here's a cool thing. I think that's actually kind of okay because it doesn't reflect how many people are, struggling with clutter. People who struggle with clutter follow me, and I know that, and so I show up all the time to help. If you didn't tell me you were struggling by liking my page, by following, by going on the Destination Decluttered email mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com/join, I wouldn't show up. But the great thing is about Facebook and YouTube and Instagram is that fewer people means I can answer your question in depth and ask a little bit more questions. So if you're able to show up for those, it's great. If not, I do with the people on the mailing list, is I do a once a month free group Zoom call. Now that has turned out to be really fun. It's creating this little community of people, and you can ask your question without having to type it. I can answer, we can follow up questions. I help people with things, and then other people get to chime in too and help with what they're helping. And it's kind of neat to see this organic little community forming of people who are working through their clutter. We're all in this together, people, okay? So I know I took a couple of literally 2 minutes to say a lot of that stuff, but I wanted to just mention that because I am here for you. I mean, I will say this, I also completely transparent. I am also here for me because I love coaching. I love getting one-on-one clients. And this is how I have gotten my last many clients, is showing up on TikTok and showing people how I talk, how I act. I feel like, hey, if you think you would want to coach with me, sign up for a consultation, right? You go to my website and there's a way to do that. But I am here for you. I want to help you with the stuff you're struggling with because I used to struggle with it too, and I kind of still do because I'm human. But I want to give you the experience. I want to give you the shortcuts that I learned from my years, okay? Now, enough of me talking about stuff. I will get to things. Carl uses binders with tabs for documents. If that works for you, use it. If you have an existing process that works for you, use it. I will say this. I have many clients who are frustrated with their binder system. I say use a box, use something wicked easy that you can just literally, you don't even have to open up the clips, make the holes, put it in the thing, do the thing. If that works for you, again, find a system that works for you, okay? What do we got? I'm jealous of organized people. Allie, get curious what you're jealous of. Jealousy is an interesting feeling. Jealousy informs you about something that you wish you had in your life. If you want it, you can get it. You can be organized. It's not that difficult. Anybody can do it. It's just a matter of categorizing things and creating the habits around it. And I make it so simple. It's not as difficult. If it's too difficult, let's make it more simple, okay? There we go. Rhea says, I have extra large Rubbermaid totes and I'm putting in the extra stuff in while I sort. Love it. Chunk down the overwhelm. It's what it's all about. But Bonnie Esther, you know that, right? Nice to see you. There you go. Hey, there we go. Okay, Lilac Sweetheart, and I think this is going to apply to everybody. They are saying, I have so much shame about how naturally messy I am. Thank you for your help. Shame is an unhelpful feeling. Notice when you feel shame about something, you don't do anything to change it. You don't do anything. You just keep it on this side, the unhelpful thought kind of side, where you spin. Get rid of the shame. The shame, all it's doing is keeping you stuck. You know what? What I would get is curious. You say you're naturally messy. Here's what I want to offer. I bet maybe you just were never taught how to be organized. You were never taught a strategy, a process, a system, and you haven't done it enough to get in the habit of doing it. There's no shame about that. There's no shame about not knowing how to do something you were never taught. So ditch the shame, get curious and say, you know what? I don't want to be a naturally messy person. I can learn things that will make me feel better and less shameful about things. Now here again, I never want you to try to make your life feel like somebody else's. Everybody has their own level of comfort with clutter and stuff. But if your clutter and stuff makes you feel embarrassed when you're opening the door to other people, that's not about them, that's about you. Do something so you're not embarrassed about opening the door to other people. You know, if you feel like your clutter is comfortable and you love it, you know, you open the door to people. You know, create a system that works for you. Don't try to be anybody else but yourself. It's a waste of time. There's all sorts of good quotes about it, and I'll create my own, and somebody will embroider it on a pillow one day, right? But there we go. Okay? Lilac, sweetheart, you got this. You got this. Lady Pamula emptied their storage, downsized the clutter. Love it. All right. Oh gosh, you know what? Here's another thing that happens sometimes too. I try to slowly scroll the questions, and they go zooping behind me. There we go. Okay. All right, let me try to do this, because I notice sometimes when I'm asking questions in the wrong order, I'm missing some good info. Yeah, if somebody's asking, the consultation is free. The consultation that I do, a consultation, I will be clear with you. The consultation, you will get something out of it. 100%, because I ask questions that'll give you the space to realize where your clutter is affecting areas of your life and how it makes you feel and what you want in your life. The consultation is basically almost like a first date to say, hey, do you want to coach with me? And if you want to coach with me, that's the first step. And if the answer is yes, on the consultation, we'll pull out our calendars. I'll tell you how much it costs. We'll do all that stuff. But that is, I'm not going to try to pretend like it's something that it isn't. You will get something out of it, but it isn't just, oh, here, look at me being wicked nice. It's to say, hey, do you want to coach with me? Do you want to coach with me? I see, you might not want a coach that is cracking herself up because she's Gen X, and so she has nothing but pop culture from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond going through her head, right? Maybe you want somebody more serious. I don't know. But the consultation is really to find out two things. If what you are struggling with is something I can help you with, but also if we would be a good fit. That if I think I could help you with your coaching, I will ask you, would you like to know more about it? If it doesn't feel like it's going to work, I will also tell you that. I am not the kind of person that will take your money and not give you, like, if I feel like I can't help you, I'm not even going to start that relationship, right? There's somebody else out there who can help you, okay? I just saw that one scrolling by, so I wanted to mention it. Okay, a lot of good stuff here. Wicked lot of good stuff here. Let me try to get to all the things. I got some minutes. There we go. Okay. See, I completely agree. Please come talk to my husband about this, says Anxious Ashley. Here's a really cool thing I will share with you, is that recently, and here's what I love about how I coach and how I am creating my coaching business. And I have never said I deal with cluttered people, right? And recently and also in general, I have had couples show up and they're like, do you coach couples? And I say, sure, as long as you're both on the same call at the same time. It's me showing up at one time. So I'll do that. It costs the same as one person because you two are both on this road trip together in your life. What do you want your mutual life to look and feel like? So you know what? If your husband is interested, you guys can show up for coaching. You can also share some of these TikTok videos, and any of these lives, like even today's live, usually who it is, Rain, I think it is. Somebody often is like, are you going to post this one to YouTube? And because of that public accountability, I will say, yes, I will post the recording of this Destination Decluttered Live on the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel, right? And so if you want to look at some of these past ones, but it really benefits everybody to participate in the decluttering and the maintenance of the home, because you create a skill set. Because decluttering, everybody, this is so freaking cool. Think about this. Decluttering is just a way of thinking. It's making decisions about stuff that align with your life. Do I want this? Do I not? Do I want this thing in my life, or do I want my life to be without this thing? And you get to answer that for you. And what I am finding is that the fewer items tend to realign things. Instead of having not enough, you have just right, but then you have plus. Clutter is an abundance problem. So if you have clutter, you are wicked lucky because you have too much. You don't have just enough, you have too much. And everybody has their own thoughts and feelings and actions surrounding their clutter. Anxious Ashley, you have yours. Your husband has his. Get curious about that, okay? There we go. Oh, AT. Oh, that was from a while ago. I'm sorry, I just caught up. I just hate putting it away. Notice the word hate. To me, that's like such a bold, that's an emotion-filled word. I don't think laundry deserves it. Get curious about the hate. Maybe you don't have enough dopamine to make you do it, but notice why you hate it. What is the part of it you hate the most? What's the thought? And then work on that. There we go. Is it best to sell or donate your extra clothing? If people will buy it, you can sell it, but it takes effort. If you have stuff that people are interested in, that's you. There we go. Let's see what we have. Somebody might have said something. I saw in bio. If you go to my the front of my Destination Decluttered TikTok page, there is a link on the front of it that goes to a bunch of links about how to sign up for the mailing list, how to get a consultation, where I am on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whichever one I just missed. Okay, there we go. Beth said I helped her because I'm a Beth and I do that. What about a spouse that won't let you get rid of stuff they don't use? Okay, Lynette, I could do a whole thing about couples and coaching, right? Work on your own shit. Work on your own stuff. And I mean this with love. Like, how would you feel if your spouse came in? I love flipping this. How would you feel if your spouse came into your stuff and started deciding about the stuff that you use or don't use? You know, I got to kind of say this lowly because sometimes I do ask my husband, because he has a wicked lot of things about, like, okay, do you really use this? I just ask, but I don't go and all of a sudden say, I haven't seen you use this guitar lately, so I have sold it on eBay, right? Notice how it would feel if somebody came to you accusing you of not, versus, hey, I'm really curious. Why are you hanging on to the stuff you don't use? Notice the vibe in your heart is where it's at. For yourself, if you make you feel self crappy or good, but also when you're interacting with other people, with your husband, with your mate, with your family. If you're coming from a place of curiosity and love, you're going to get a different answer than you come from it in judgment and anger. Okay? User 24238 is feeling obligated to keep my mom's things. Guilt. Why? Why? I know why. I mean, I don't know why, but let me tell you. Again, guilt, shame, those are just feelings that keep you stuck. Let's stop the unstuck. Would your mom want you to be hanging on to all her stuff? Probably not. Your mom wants you to enjoy your life. She doesn't have life. You do. How could you enjoy, if you're not enjoying your life with her stuff, I bet she just wants you to be happy while you're living and making the most of the life you have that she does not have anymore. If her stuff is stuff you love, sure, keep it. But if it's not, notice it's the stuff that's getting in the way of you living in the life. And say, just because I don't love my mother's stuff that she owned doesn't mean I didn't love my mother. Doesn't mean I don't love my mother. I still can love that person without keeping all the stuff that they left to me, gave to me, all the things. Okay? There we go. All right? Get curious again. There were kids' artwork, all this. What do you suggest you get your boxes in storage? Do you have an Amazon storefront? No, I don't. You know what? Here's the thing. Get it at a place. I maybe could make a couple of bucks by doing one of those things. I say get it at a place that's easy and convenient for you. So if it's Amazon, go to Amazon. I have a Target near me, so I go because I like to see if it's a good fit and if it matches my other stuff. The easiest way to do it is for you. Okay, maybe when I scale up, I'll have a link or something. I don't know. But I want you to get to where you want to as quickly as possible. And if that means you can hop into the car today and grab something and not have to wait for it, then do it. Okay? Oh, so many questions and so many questions, so little time. Thank you for the people who are signing up for coaching consultations and for the Destination Decluttered email mailing list. Here's a couple of things I want to just suggest that all of this is about. And this is where my strategies and processes and systems and methods, all that for decluttering, like items together and keep the stuff you love, and does it really work, and how many do you really need, and what do you want it to look like? All of that is very kind of, analytical. But there's stuff behind your stuff. There's feelings and thoughts and things like that. And what I would love for you to just start to think of maybe differently for the first time today is to think, is this thing that I'm hanging on to lighting up my life or weighing it down? Is the life I'm living now, right now at this point in this map, where I want to be in all areas? And if not, keep the things that are working for you. Like I have a system of filing that is probably one I wouldn't offer to other people because it's a little bit too convoluted, but it works for me, and it's in that part of my system where I just do it, so it's no big deal. But what works, keep what works for you. What works for you is not clutter. But notice what isn't working for you. And what I mean by that is let's get the drama out of it. is you are doing something and you are not getting the result that you want. So notice that and change what you're doing with strategy to get the result you want. And when I say that result, I'm talking about your destination. I say destination because I love to travel. Oh my God, you guys, how exciting is it when you're traveling and you're traveling to someplace you're excited to get to? A destination. That's the kind of energy you want in you when you're doing your decluttering, because you're so in love with what your life is going to look and feel like, and your home is going to look and feel like, and it's going to function so much better. When you get that gas in your tank, when you get that tiger in your tank right here, that's the car you're driving is going to zip along. When you have no gas in your tank, or it's really lousy, low grade thoughts and whatever, it's going to be more difficult to get there. Okay? And yeah, what do we got here? Thank you so much, everybody. I really mean this sincerely now, because I am surprised about how many people are showing up on sorry, it just got really dark here. I hope it doesn't rain. About the amount of people that are showing up on the morning of a holiday here in the U.S. I was hoping to show up to just help you, because I know what it feels like. And the interesting thing is today is think about how you know, a holiday feels different. I did a video about this a few days ago, because to me it's been a long holiday weekend, even though I work for myself. Is what do you want your life to look and feel like? And you can do that. Tomorrow is going to be kind of one of those, oh, let's get back to work. It's going to be Wednesday already. What can you do today to get your home looking and feeling like you want it to get your life looking and feeling? You know? Okay, it does not feel good to not have so much that it prevents you from cleaning. You can clean with water in your hand. You don't need anything. You know, decluttering your mind. Yeah, so many people. Independence. Yes, I love the independent of my stuff I don't need. Yes, I said this in my video about showing up today, who was going to be it. It's like, let's declare independence from all the stuff that is not working for us. Just, you know what? I'm done with it all. Today's the day. Today's the day I declared my independence. We the people. Is that it? Or is the preamble? Don't watch. I know my Schoolhouse Rock. I will start singing it. No lie. But realize what is working for you and embrace that. Do more of the things that work for you, that get you the result you want. But then notice the things that aren't working for you and be curious about it. And if you're ready, change it. And oftentimes what will get you ready is frustration with what's going on now, but also a glimpse into your future. What do you want your future to look and feel like? You know, Grateful Mama is saying it's hard when I declutter one space, the kids are messing up another room. The kids have been allowed to mess up the other room. Again, I love that the way I coach, and it may not work with your family. You know yourself better than I do. But when I coach, I tell people, this is how I coach, is that everybody in the family should be participating in the decluttering and the maintenance of the home, because it is a life skill. If it wasn't a life skill, we all would be, if we learned this all when we were growing up, and we wouldn't be here. I'd be sleeping in late on a 4th of July. You'd be on doing, looking at other TikToks. But no, this is something that we have never been learned. We've been told to cling on to things. Even if it doesn't work, it might be useful someday. I paid good money for that. I'm the woman. I'm supposed to be expected to clean up after everybody else. Husbands shouldn't have to clean up after themselves. Kids can do whatever they want. All that kind of stuff. There we go. User 8513 cleared an entire cabinet and bookcase during this live. Thank you so much. See, I love that. Okay, so those of you who just are tuning in for the first time, I also have to say, this is what happens. This is something I had no idea was going to happen when I was doing TikTok lives, and I freaking love it, that people put me on in the background and they declutter while I'm doing a TikTok live. What it does is it gives you that kind of what they've told me, folks have told me, that it makes them feel like they're not alone. Somebody's there cheering them on for an entire hour when I'm doing this TikTok live. Even the recorded ones, folks put on and have it on in the background like a podcast, because it reminds you of why you're doing it, right? And so the next time I'm on a TikTok live, like tomorrow, as I said, tomorrow the 5th, I start at noon. I'm going till 2, not just on TikTok, but I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of them, because I know not everybody who struggles with clutter is on TikTok. What I also know is if you know somebody who struggles with TikTok, who struggles with clutter, who isn't on TikTok, let them know about Destination Decluttered, because I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube. I have a website, I do consultations, all that kind of stuff. I have an email mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com/join. Hop on that. I'm doing a just for people on the mailing list, I'm doing a group Zoom call on Thursday the 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern. I do one once a month. I do all sorts of neat things for the people on the Destination Decluttered email list. That's where you get first dibs, as we would say as kids. You get first dibs on all the good stuff, and it's free to join the mailing list. It's super simple. I make things wicked easy. When it's easy for you, it's easy for me. When it's easy for me, I try to make it easy for you. Okay, Melissa, I love that you're starting in the garage today. There we go. So much good stuff here. 27 new messages. Okay, I'll try to do it. There we go. You know, Irene is saying, put the phone down and pick a spot and get started. Put on some upbeat music. There we go. There we go. What else can we do here? Oh, there we go. Just made our picnic for the pool today while thinking about declaring my independence from clutter. Charlotte, I love that, because then I want to bring up this good point. And this is why, and I'm going to pull back a little bit so you can see this thing that my big head is usually blocking, is I changed my life by looking at it like a road trip and not a commute. What does that mean? It means I was here, and when I was dreading or not excited about where I was just plodding along doing the same old thing. As soon as I said, I want my life to look and feel this way, and holy Moses, I'm going to do the things to get there because I'm so excited because I've built such a great picture of what it's going to look and feel like. Even talking about it gets those kind of stirrings in my heart, you know, and it's not even my muscles. It's so weird, you know what I mean? But then I started doing different things. And here's the difference too, is this is not just about white knuckle driving till you get there. No. You know what a road trip is like. You enjoy the process because the process is your life. Really, one of the main things about having that destination is to make your decision making easier. It's like your North Star. If you're lost and you don't know what to do with this thing, you can say to yourself, does this get me closer to that look and feel and function that I want in my home, or is it making it worse? That will help you make a decision. You are living every day. And so I love it that Charlotte is going for a picnic at the pool today. Life should be about having the time to do the things you want to do and enjoy. And you can have more time to do the things you want to do and enjoy by decreasing the amount of time that it takes for you to maintain your home. To also, and I've heard this a lot from people that I do consultations with, is giving yourself permission to go and do the things that you love in your life, even if your home is not perfect. Life is short, and it's not, tomorrow is not guaranteed to any of us. So I would much rather you all, if you feel like, you're motivated and you want to clean up your home today, go at it, okay? But if not, if you've got other plans, even just keep some of these really, the thoughts in your head about what do I want my life to look and feel like? What is really important to me? How can I change the things that aren't working? And just allow those seeds to kind of just germinate in the garden of your head. And maybe you want to water them. And the neat thing is your brain is so cool because your brain will help you come up with answers. So even today, if you go out and do stuff, notice how it feels when you show up and do the things you love and say, how can I construct my life so I get more of that feeling? That I increase the amount of time that I have to get that feeling. And I love it when the increasing of the time that you want to do the things that feel good is by decreasing the amount of time that it takes to do the things you have to do to get the result you want. I was a Kaizen person at my corporate job. I have been a visual merchandiser, and I know how great it is to not have to worry about your home, so you can, invite people over to watch a movie like we did last night, or go to, if you're invited somewhere to say yes because everything is taken care of, So this is all for you. And yes, thank you, German Maid 95, for letting Tracer Ideas know that the consultation is free. You go to my website, destinationdecluttered.com. I've got some buttons there that say schedule your consultation. I will check, actually. Let me just do this really quick, Lee, because I have a very flexible schedule. This is how I'm constructing my life. And so therefore, consultations are usually only available within a week or so because, okay, good. Looks like I still have some consultation things available. If you want to sign up, I got to watch it for some of those. Oh my gosh, I'll be doing some admin work when I get off of the thing in 6 minutes. So grab one of those consultations if it works for you, and I'll make it work. And yeah, my whole reason I'm doing all this stuff is to help you fall in love with the life you want so you are excited to get to it as opposed to dreading it and going through the same old motions. The same old motions gets you the same old stuff. I like to make it fun. How do you motivate yourself to start? Says Maria A 14630. Fall in love with that destination. Even today, as I said, if you just imagine what you want your home and life to look and feel like. And I will tell you this too. I have done tons of consultations with people. I have tons of that have turned into wonderful coaching relationships with clients. And very few people, I can't think of one person who said, well, I'm dreaming, I need to have a yacht and I need to have some bling and I need to have a Ferrari and I need 4 homes. You would be surprised at how simple your needs are to make you happy. Running around in the grass barefoot, hanging out with friends and laughing, having the time to just read a book and not have all your stuff yelling at you in your home. Okay? So when I say dream of the life you want, sure, if you want like yachts and bling, go for that. But your happiness may be a lot more achievable than that. It may just be, I want the time to travel and I want the flexibility to say yes to opportunities and that's me. And I want the peace of mind that I can lay down on the couch and read a book, fiction. Ooh, fiction, So that's what my life has, little incorporations in it. And then when I know what I want more in my life, I have found that more of it kind of comes into it. Okay, there we go. All right, we got a few. So go to destinationdecluttered.com, look for join me, work with me, something like that. And there's a consultation. I plopped some consultation things on my calendar. They may change by the time I get off of here because one of them I realized is when I might be in the car somewhere and I want to when I do these consultations, it's just like a coaching session. I ask you a number of standard questions that allow you to tell me what you are struggling with clutter. So I find out if we're a good fit. But then the neat thing is too, you also find out, when you, what is keeping you stuck in different areas of your life. So there's it. Yep. And Dan, for consultations, yes, I am a human. So I am talking on TikTok right now, but then as when I go off, I see a number of calendar bookings pending, and then I manually go through and make sure that I'm available. I will send you an email. We'll put it on our calendar, send you the Zoom. Boom. There we go. Yep. It's only 3 or 4 days only because this is how my life is. This is how I run my business, is that I don't know what next week is going to look like with consultations. I might hire a new client and then I may not be available. So I will do this and I will make space for it. Don't worry. I will tell you this, everybody, this in full disclosure, not to show off. I am traveling from Tuesday the 18th until basically Thursday the 27th. I'm going to be off the digital grid. When I say that, I mean I'm not going to be showing up and doing TikTok lives. You can look at recordings. I won't be making videos. I won't be sending out emails. My consultation calendar will be silent. All of those things. So if you are interested in signing up for a consultation between now and the 18th, either grab the ones that are available now. I will put some on before I leave, but the people who are going to find out about those consultation availabilities first are going to be the people on the Destination Decluttered email list, because those are the people that have been nice enough to share with me their email addresses. So I want to thank them for that by giving them, as I said, first dibs on the good stuff. Okay, I will be doing some for August. I don't even know what August looks like in my life, but I will do it. Okay. And thank you, Bonnie Esther. She says, good for you to go off the grid. You need that. And I do. I realized I wanted my life, and I have occasionally done like TikTok lives and coaching consultations and things from away. But I also realize, and I share this with you too, the importance of not trying to multitask. Because like when I am down in Disney World, because my husband is a musician and he gets this free trip that we get to go on because he plays there. When I am at Disney and I'm coaching, it means I'm not really at Disney. I'm there temporarily. Now, if I decide to do that when it's nothing going on, but remember that sometimes for me anyway, I'm old school. So I like to be, when I'm traveling, I like to be in it. I like to kind of block out the other world and know that it's going to be there when I get there. But then when I go home, I am 100% in. So that's how I roll. That's how I'm doing my life. And so what I would love to leave you with is this. My name is Beth, Destination Decluttered. I am a decluttering life coach. I am here to help you get your life to where you want it to look and feel and function. And I say life, but we start with your home, with your clutter. The stuff that you learn how to deal with your clutter when you coach with me, you can copy and paste that into other areas of your life, and it's all intertwined. And when you start learning how to think differently and feel differently and act differently about your stuff in your home, you will think and feel and act differently about the stuff in your head, about your, your relationships, your job, so many things. There's a lovely ripple effect about this because it's not about the stuff, it's about the stuff behind the stuff, okay? And we just hit the 10 o'clock mark, and because I used to be on college radio, I love when it's top of the hour, and I'm going to sign off and kind of let you go off and do your stuff, okay? So have a wonderful day. Again, I will be back on TikTok Live tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern. I will be on social media for 2 solid hours, so I'm going to be pretty tired by the end of that. But I'll be on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can find me in all the places. Please, ciao for now. Lovely to see everybody. And please like my TikTok page if you haven't already. That's when you get notified I go live. There's also there's like a video I did about when I'm going to be live for the next couple of days. I'll do a new one when I know better what next week looks like. And I'm here for you. You be here for you, okay? I work with people who are ready and eager and ready to start changing their lives. I hope you are ready to change your life because, oh my God, it feels so much better when you do, okay? There we go. All right? I will talk to you soon. And there we go. All right, bye.